Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the official draw for the second edition of the Concacaf W Champions Cup. I'm Yaneli Farias, and I'm honored to guide you through this exciting evening as we take another major step forward for women's club football in our region. Now, today marks a very special moment for Concacaf. With this draw, we officially launched the second edition of our premier women's continental club competition. We'll be diving into the tournament format and key details shortly, but first, please join me in welcoming Concacaf President and FIFA Vice President Victor Montagliani to share a few words.
Welcome to the official draw for the W Champions Cup. At Concacaf, we are excited to kick off the second edition of a prestigious tournament that crowns our region's champion, showcases some of the world's best women's football clubs, and qualifies our representatives for the FIFA Women's Champions Cup and FIFA Women's Club World Cup. The inaugural edition of the tournament, which concluded just a few days ago in Monterrey, captivated audiences with the incredible passion and enthusiasm displayed by the fans and clubs. We extend our heartfelt congratulations to our first ever W Champions Cup champions. Gotham FC, following your journey to lifting the winner's trophy was truly inspiring. I cannot wait to see you compete against the best clubs in the world in the inaugural FIFA Women's Club World Cup. As we head into the 2025-2026 edition, kicking off this August, I am confident that it will match or surpass the inaugural event in excitement and intensity, with even more battles for greatness. On behalf of Concacaf, I congratulate clubs that have qualified. Each of you has rightfully earned your place by excelling in your domestic leagues. To all the fans watching from home and eagerly anticipating the group stage draw, I hope you enjoy every moment of your club's journey in the W Champions Cup. Only one club will lift the winner's trophy in May of next year, but every match will continue to shape the dynamic and exciting history of this competition in women's football in Concacaf. Thank you for joining us tonight, and best of luck to all participants.
Victor, thank you so much for those inspiring words. And as you mentioned, this inaugural competition was nothing short of spectacular. It was filled with unforgettable moments and such incredible performances. And we also want to congratulate the first ever champions, Gotham FC. Let's take a look now and relive some of the incredible moments and the excitement of the recent tournament. Wow, that was awesome. Such a historic day for women's football in the region. And congrats again to Gotham FC, well deserved. And here tonight, the hardware at stake for this new edition of the W Champions Cup tournament. Which of these lucky teams will lift it next? We will soon find out. But before we begin today's draw, we want to share with you the details about this year's tournament format. Let's take a quick look.
The The Concacaf W Champions Cup is the region's premier women's club competition and the sole path through which clubs can qualify for the annual FIFA Women's Champions Cup and quadrennial FIFA Women's Club World Cup. The second edition of the competition will feature 10 elite clubs battling it out across two thrilling stages, group stage and finals. In the group stage, clubs will be divided into two groups of 5, where each club will play 4 matches, 2 at home and 2 away. At the end of the group stage, the top 2 clubs from each group will move on to a centralized, high-stakes Final Four-style competition. The Concacaf W Champions Cup finals will consist of single elimination semi-finals, followed by a third-place match and the championship match, where the region's women's club champion will be crowned. Clubs have earned their place in the competition by excelling in their domestic leagues, qualifying based on sporting merit and criteria set by their association and approved by CONCACAF. This edition's 10 qualification slots are distributed among 6 member associations meeting CONCACAF standards: Canada, Costa Rica, El Salvador, and Panama, 1 club each. Mexico and the United States, 3 clubs each. CONCACAF, love for our game.
So let's quickly recap. 10 clubs will be drawn into 2 groups of 5. The group stage will run from August to October, with each club playing 4 matches across 5 windows. At the conclusion of group stage play, the top 2 clubs from each group will advance to the centralized finals, set to take place in May of next year. The 10 clubs that have earned their place in this year's tournament based on their performances in domestic competition are as follows. From Canada, we have Vancouver Rise FC Academy. From Costa Rica, we have Liga Deportiva Alajuelense. From El Salvador, we have Alianza Femenil FC. Mexico, we have Monterrey, Pachuca, and Club América. From Panama, we have Chorrillo FC. And from the United States, we have Orlando Pride, Washington Spirit, and Gotham FC. All right, so now that we've set the stage, I'm pleased to welcome our draw conductor this evening, CONCACAF's Chief Football Competitions Officer, Carlos Fernandez. Welcome, Carlos. How are you?
Very good. Thank you, Janelli, and glad to be here. It's a true pleasure to be here with you on this milestone evening for women's football in our region. As our president emphasized, this competition brings together the very best women's clubs from across CONCACAF, giving them a platform to compete at the highest level, earn the title of regional champion, and qualify for both the FIFA Women's Champions Cup and the FIFA Women's Club World Cup. With a tournament like the W Champions Cup, CONCACAF is deepening investment in women's football and strengthening pathways for clubs, leagues, and national teams across North America, Central America, and the Caribbean. I also want to take the opportunity to recognize and thank Tigres Femenil for hosting the historical inaugural edition of the Concacaf W Champions Cup. It was truly inspiring to witness firsthand the incredible passion for women's football in Mexico and across the region. Congratulations as well to Gotham FC of being crowned the first ever Concacaf W Champions Cup winners, a remarkable achievement that highlight the continuing growth and excellence of the women's game.
Well, thank you, Carlos. As you know, I had the opportunity of being in Monterrey recently for the finals. And wow, man, I was truly energized by just the fans, the atmosphere, the excitement throughout the city surrounding the matches. It's such a beautiful thing to be able to play in El Volcán. And now the moment that we've all been waiting for. Please welcome our guest who will assist with tonight's draw. Our special guest today is a women's football pioneer and the first player to score 100 goals in the Liga MX Femenil. She's played in Canada, Kazakhstan, Scotland, and her home country of Mexico. She is a Club Fútbol Monterrey legend, winning two league titles in 2019 and in 2021. She has 178 caps and 22 goals for Las Rayadas, and she's also won the Liga MX Femenil's top scorer on 2 occasions. Let's welcome former teammate and dear friend of mine, Desiree Monsiváis. Amiga, bienvenida.
¿Cómo
Qué gusto
estás?
tenerte aquí. ¿Tan
Hola.
formales? No, es un evento serio.
Muy bien, muy bien.
Desiree, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien, gracias.
The women's game has grown so much with more fans in attendance than ever, more teams participating than ever. What advice could you offer the women competing in this next W Champions Cup? ¿Qué consejo le das a las que están por competir en este próximo torneo?
Well, first, it's an honor to be here for me, and in Spanish, for sure. El consejo que les doy a las jugadoras de este torneo es sin duda que lo disfruten, que pongan en alto el equipo que representan y sobre todo que sigan fomentando el crecimiento del fútbol femenil. Es el principal consejo que les doy porque por algo estamos aquí los tres disfrutando de esta gran organización.
Gracias, Desiree.
Muchas gracias, Desiree, and thank you for joining us tonight. But before we begin, let's quickly walk through the official draw procedures.
The official draw for the Concacaf W Champions Cup will be conducted using a single blind system and 5 pots. Based on the competition's regulations, the 10 participating clubs have been allocated into 5 pots in accordance with the new Concacaf Women's Club rankings. Pot 1, top 2 ranked clubs. Pot 2, next 2 highest ranked clubs. Pot 3, next 2 highest ranked clubs. Pot 4, next 2 highest ranked clubs. Pot 5, 2 lowest ranked clubs. The draw will begin with Pot 1. The first club drawn will be placed in Group A, position A1. The second club will be placed in Group B, position B1. This process will continue with pots 2 through 5, placing clubs into group positions 2, 3, 4, and 5, respectively. At the conclusion of the draw, each group will consist of 5 clubs, with no more than 1 club from each pot per group. Concacaf, love for our game.
All right, any questions?
No, let's do this.
Okay, so before we do, let's look at how the teams are divided into each pot. In pot 1, we have Gotham FC and Club América Femenil. In pot 2, we had Portland Pride and Washington Spirit. Pot 3, Pachuca Femenil and Monterrey Femenil. Pot 5, we have Liga Deportiva Alajuelense and Vancouver Rise FC Academy. And finally, in pot 5, we have Alianza Femenil FC and Chorrillo FC from Panama. So, if no questions, I see Desiree is already in pot 1, so let's start with the draw. Desiree, please do the honors. Let's
Thank you.
know which one will be the first team in Group A.
Club América Femenil.
Club América Femenil finished in 4th place in their debut at the Concacaf W Champions Cup. They qualified for this edition as a runner-up of both the 2024 Apertura and the 2025 Clausura.
Thank you. And Desiree, let's now confirm that the current champions will be in Group B.
Gotham FC.
And of course, the undefeated champions of the first edition of the Concacaf W Champions Cup. They claimed the historic first title with a 1-0 victory over Tigres Femenil. They were the highest scoring team in the previous tournament with 25 goals.
All right, Desiree, with that, this is where the fun begins. Let's go to pot 2. Here we have 2 debutants. Let's see who will join America in Group A.
Orlando Pride.
Orlando Pride, winners of the 2024 NWSL season and 2024 NWSL Shield. They'll make their debut in this tournament.
And then with that, Desiree, back to you. And let's confirm Washington then would be in Group B.
Washington Spirit.
Washington Spirit will become the 5th U.S. club to participate in the Concacaf W Champions Cup, and they make their debut in this edition after finishing 2nd in last year's NWSL Shield standings.
Desiree, following the process, now pot 3.
This is fun.
two Liga MX Femenil clubs here. Let's see who is the first one to join us.
Pachuca Femenil.
Pachuca Femenil, champions of the 2025 Clausura tournament in the Liga MX Femenil. They'll make their debut in this Champions Cup.
Right, and the one remaining sphere from pot 3.
Look at this. Monterrey Femenil.
El equipo de tus amores. Monterrey Femenil will make its second consecutive appearance in the Concacaf W Champions Cup after winning the 2024 Apertura title, its fourth Liga MX championship in club history.
And the Serie, we already have seen there's going to be some drama there, as we were talking before.
Yeah.
You'll tell us a little bit after the draw, but let's go to pot 4 and let's see between Alajuelense and Vancouver who will join Group A.
Liga Deportiva Alajuelense.
Alajuelense will make back-to-back appearances in this Concacaf W Champions Cup.
And one remaining sphere of pot 4. Let's confirm that's the club from Canada.
Vancouver Rise FC Academy.
Vancouver Rise FC Academy qualified as champions of the 2024 League One Canada's Interprovincial Championship.
Let's see there. Just one pot remaining.
Ready?
Two clubs, two spots, one in Group A and one in Group B. One debutant here. Let's see who goes where.
Chorrillo FC.
Chorrillo FC will make its debut in this edition of the Concacaf W Champions Cup, becoming the second club from Panama to participate in this tournament. They secured qualification by winning the super final between the 2024 Clausura and 2025 Apertura champions.
That's it. Let's do the honors. The last sphere of this draw.
Alianza Women FC.
The Salvadorian side qualified for this edition by winning both the 2024 Apertura and 2025 Clausura tournaments, achieving a historic domestic four-peat. And there you have it. The groups for the 2025-2026 Concacaf W Champions Cup are set. And let's take a final look at how the teams line up.
Yeah, of course. So then we go to Group A first with Club América Femenil, Orlando Pride, Pachuca Femenil, Liga Deportiva Alajuelense, and Chorrillo FC from Panama. And in Group B, we have Gotham, the reigning champions, Washington Spirit, Monterrey Femenil, Vancouver Rise FC Academy, and Alianza Women's FC.
Yeah, wow, it's so cool to see how the teams match up. Desiree, what are your initial thoughts? ¿Qué piensas? Más allá de Grupo A, ¿qué piensas de Grupo B?
A ver, las actuales campeonas, por supuesto. La historia de Washington Spirit contra Rayadas me parece increíble. Las historias en el fútbol llevan consistencia, sangre, y eso para mí me parece fascinante. Ambos grupos son fantásticos y esperemos que de verdad la competencia le haga honor a un fútbol femenil de alta calidad.
Le contamos a la gente un poco, así en breve, la historia del por qué.
Sí, por favor.
Why Washington Spirit and Monterrey Femenil is going to be such an interesting matchup.
Oh, tenemos una gran leyenda que está jugando ahora en Washington Spirit, Rebeca Bernal, por el cual verla en su antiguo estadio, posiblemente, por supuesto, creo que es interesante saber cómo va a extrañar esos colores, pero ahora profesionalmente cómo defiende el Washington Spirit.
And for you, which is the team to beat? Para ti, ¿cuál es el equipo a vencer?
Obviamente las campeonas, las de New Jersey y Nueva York, creo que son un equipo muy poderoso y ese es el equipo a vencer sin duda por ser las primeras en llevarse esa linda copa que está enfrente de nosotros.
I know you can't or you shouldn't tell us which is your favorite, but I will say mine.
Please do.
Group A, I'm rooting for Club América Femenil. It's a team that I played for, and I have a lot of love for that club. And on this side, Washington Spirit. I have to go for Washington Spirit. But in general, I mean, I would love a Mexican team to do really well in this tournament. Let's go to the groups one more time.
Of course. So just to reinforce, Group A, we have Club América Femenil, Orlando Pride, Pachuca Femenil, Liga Deportiva Alajuelense, and Chorrillo FC. So here we have 3 debutants in this group. While in Group B, we have Gotham FC, the champions, Washington Spirit, which is one of the debutants, Then all the other have participated already, which is Monterrey Femenil, Vancouver Race FC Academy, and Alianza Women's FC.
Well, as we wrap up tonight's event, I'd like to thank you, Carlos, and thank you, Desiree.
Thank you.
For joining us on stage tonight for this draw. It's been so much fun for me. It's been a pleasure being joined by the both of you. And we want to remind all of you that the W Champions Cup kicks off group stage on August 19th. Remember to keep up with all of the W Champions Cup news and ticket information by visiting concacaf.com, and please follow W Champions Cup on your favorite social media platform today. Have a fantastic night. Thank you for joining us from home, and we'll see you in August for the start of this competition. Buenas noches.